The record stood for 10 years until David Gower, in the Old Trafford Test against Pakistan, became England's most capped player on 115 and the country's greatest Test match run getter.
So David Gower passes Geoffrey Boycott's run aggregate in an England Test career.
It is a fair theory, though, to say that all great run getters or getters of lots of runs have to be by nature selfish.
No, I don't agree with that. I will answer that. I don't think you have to, do you? You'd be single-minded, that's true. But I think that's a misuse of a word by many of the members of the press who are here taking note of what David's saying, and probably I am.
I'm sure it's fairly safe to say that Geoffrey and I have different mental makeups. I mean, it shows in the way we've played over the years, but at the end of it, we actually had the same aim, which is to try and stay at the crease, try and bat and try and make runs, and whatever different styles we might have. It's nice, of course, you know, in cricket there are so many different styles. You look at Javed Miandad play, you look at Salim Malik play, or the West Indians, the Australians. There's so many different styles and so many very good players around the world that have actually got runs. But if we all did it the same way, you know, we wouldn't pitch
Well, I
up,
think
would
it's
we?
encouraging to youngsters too to think that you haven't got to play by a certain code or in a certain style. That's true, isn't it, Geoff?
I think it's vitally important for any team to have different types of players. Otherwise, we're all going to be the same. It's going to be boring. I mean, you need a totally dedicated professional like David and a sort of flair player like me, don't you? You know, in your team. So, I mean, it's very important that. There's two ways of getting there.
Back in 1979, David was a player of great skill and flair. He was, and still is, a wonderful entertainer.
It's a nice way to go off the mark. David Gower, perfect timing, hardly seemed to touch that, and still was able to beat the infield.
That's a beautiful shot. No need to run there. Over-pitched and found that very big gap there between mid-wicket and mid-on. Fairly raced away to the ropes.
But, you can't bowl that sort of stuff to have Gower's quality and expect to get away with it, no matter how many men you have on the onside. Good shot. Kick a ball from Chandra.
And there he goes, pushed comfortably through mid-off. Chandra not able to stop it, and David Gower through for 100. First-class exhibition from David Gower. Situation was made for him. Not had a great time with the bat this year, but there's no place like a test match to find your form.
What a great stroke. There's a certain amount of contempt in that. A bit casual, and just stroked it away rather than hit it.
Well, then coming in for the Gower treatment now. He's given Kapil a spell at the far end, comes off on himself and is put away immediately for 4 square on the offside. And again, beautifully placed shot on the back foot. You can't afford to drop anything at all short to Gower. That's a quicker one. Waited for it, cut it later this time, and that 2 will race away for 4.
That's possibly the hardest David Gower has hit a ball in this innings. He normally relies solely on timing, but he really launched himself at that one. Showed good judgment today, Gower, in the ball that's pitched just that little bit short. one of the best shots he's played. It was shortish, but I know a few players who might have been playing it straight back down the pitch. David Gower's on 172. Great stroke. He really flat batted that away through cover point. It's 21 boundaries to Gower now.
That's a delightful shot again from Gower. Beautifully placed. Oh, it's short, it's hooked away, but hooked away safely. There are two men back there at deep square and long leg, but once again Gower has placed it right between the two of them. And he's got a thickish edge, that's going to race away. And 200 runs to David Gower. The members here in the pavilion and the crowd, a goodly crowd here, have thoroughly enjoyed this innings of David Gower. Brought something new, something fresh to English cricket. And there is 200 up on the board out of the highest total ever made by England against India now, 632 for 5.
And he slaughtered the Australians on the same ground in 1985 with a magnificent double century. Here he is facing Geoff Thompson.
No third man, and that'll be 4.
So it's Thompson again to Gower. That's another good shot. Plenty of time to get onto the back foot. Placed it beautifully this time. Well, a bit unlucky. He might just have been able to pull that out for that last-minute slip from Bob Holland. That's a beautiful shot off the back foot. Thompson dropping short again and getting punished for it. 4 runs from the moment it left the bat. Bob Holland is going to bowl his mixture of leg spin and top spin from the city end. And that's 4 runs. Dropped it short, it came off oh so slowly, turned a little bit, and judging that turn, cracked it away wide of the middle. That's the stroke repeated, beautiful shot. It's the front foot this time, it races away under the scoreboard there. That's going to bring up the 100. So 2 superb shots from David Gower brings England total onto 3 figures. 100 for 1, and come in very good time indeed. So Donald to Gower. Good straight drive, beautifully placed by Gower. So the 100th partnership comes up for the 2nd wicket. Gower taking his score on to 47 and Tim Robinson on 60. Geoff Thompson now coming on at the city end, taking over from McDonnell.
It's a cracking shot from David Gower. Didn't quite time it, as he would have wished. It got down towards the middle of the bottom of the bat. Chasing that. Thompson to Gower. Beautiful stroke. That's one for the memory. And even the bowler is clapping the stroke and the century. As Gower has gone on now to 101. smashed that away past Vessels at short leg. Thompson to Gower. Pretty to watch. And a nice way to bring up 1,000 first-class runs in 1985.
Still to be Holland. He's picked that one up with the swing out towards long on. Is it cleared? Yes, Sackville, the 2 arms aloft. It's 6 runs to David Gower. Well, he's gone for another one. Cracked this straight and a fine stroke for 4 this time. 300 goes up. Gower puts on the pressure. Left arm is the usual style of Alan Border. It's a beautiful stroke through the offside, races away for 4 runs. I'm going to see the medium quick of Simon O'Donnell now. And nobody need run for that one either. 6 and 19 fours now, and he's not to date. 4 more wanted for the 150. There's some quite incredible shots in the last 20 minutes. That takes him to 150. I don't know whether you call it a cut or a drive, somewhere between the 2. But it found the boundary edge, and it's 151 out of 331. Remarkably good innings, this. Well, that was a bad ball as Holland comes back, short outside the off stump, crashed through the offside by Gower, and it's 4 again. 3:37, England have gone ahead. And he's rounded off the day with an absolutely glorious extra cover drive. Couldn't see anything much better than that. 175, David Gower. Dermot comes in. Very fine deflection. No chance of anybody getting round to stop it. And 4 more. Dermot again to Gower. That's 4. Loose delivery there from McDermott. No problem at all to the England captain. He stroked it away so nonchalantly. No doubt about that. Glorious extra cover drive from David Gower. Brings him past the 200 mark. Come back for the 3rd. David Gower goes on to 202. A magnificent innings, his best in Test match cricket, just nipping past his previous 200 here, which he made against India in 1979.
All that was typical of Gower's timing and placement of the ball. Wonderful to watch. Well, not only is he a player of flair, but he's captain of this team as well, and a very good captain on the occasions I've seen him play. Towards the end of his career, he had shoulder problems, and his fielding fell away a little, but at his peak, he was one of England's greatest ever fielders with a very, very sure pair of hands.
What a catch, David Gower. A brilliant piece of fielding, that. One of the best catches you'll see in a year of cricket.
Oh, it's brilliantly caught. Marvellous catch that by Gower.
Oh, it's quick. And he's done it. Oh, God. Really very, very smart reaction there.
What a good catch. 5 for Ellison, and the 5th one coming from a super catch by the England skipper David Gower. Neil Foster, the new bowler. Gower, brilliant catch, and that's the one England so desperately wanted. A marvellous diving catch away to Gower's right. David Gower, and there's not of all the ridiculous pieces of cricket you'd ever see.